Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Well, I told you in the last one that I was going to be doing some experimenting with my alcohol cotton ball fire starters. I've spent about the last hour and 45 minutes making and testing different things with that, and found out a few things. One, the fire starter made out of the old rope. I tried both soaking the rope in rubbing alcohol and then dipping it in the wax. I tried the rope just dipping it and soaking it in the wax. And I tried the rope without any wax and just rubbing alcohol. The best I got out of any of it was 5 minutes. And that was the rope soaked in rubbing alcohol, dipped in wax. I got an even 5 minutes burn time out of it, and that was it. So, my opinion for a survival fire starter, it's a flop, because you may need a flame to burn for more than 5 minutes to get marginal or questionable fuel to ignite. So, we'll scratch that one. Now, using cotton balls, I found out some stuff that was interesting. First of all, I tried a straight cotton ball with Vaseline on it. And I got 6 minutes burn time out of it, which isn't bad. Next, I tried a cotton ball soaked in rubbing alcohol, my normal go-to fire starter by itself. And that burned for 9 minutes and 45 seconds. And if you're wondering what I'm looking at, I got all my results wrote down here. Then I tried a cotton ball soaked in alcohol, dipped in water, and then tried it. And I only got 5 minutes and 45 seconds out of that. So just the cotton ball with rubbing alcohol is not very water resistant. It cut 4 minutes off of its burn time. Then I decided to try the cotton ball soaked in alcohol, dipped in wax. Surprisingly, I ended up getting 8 minutes and 50 seconds burn time out of that. That's what this is. Now, the thing that's interesting about this, get up where you can see it, when you grab it, I don't know if y'all can see that, the rubbing alcohol is still in there. See it dripping out? So when you tear this thing open and get the fibers exposed inside of it like that, it will still take a spark from a ferro rod and burn. And that's what I did, and I got, like I said, 8 minutes and 50 seconds burn time out of it, which is a little less than a minute less than just a straight cotton ball with rubbing alcohol. But it being dipped in wax, it is waterproof. That's a big plus. I think part of the reason on the burn time being less is because when you go to tear this open, as you saw, all of the rubbing alcohol, you squeeze a lot of that out of it. But you still get almost 9 minutes burn time out of it. Now, what I found interesting, just for shits and giggles, I took a cotton ball, fluffed it up, laid it in the melted wax, and let it soak up the wax by itself. And what I got was something that looked like this. Now, it is hard to get just a straight cotton ball soaked in wax to take a spark from a ferro rod. Now, that being said, if you apply an open flame to this and get it burning, this burned longer than anything else. I got a little over 10 minutes. I think it was 10 minutes and 5 seconds burn time off of a piece that big of cotton dipped in or soaked in wax. And on top of that, it's also waterproof. But the problem is getting it to take a spark from a ferro rod. So I am going to do some up and soak them with rubbing alcohol and then dip them in melted wax. Just for the waterproof factor, those will go in my personal fire kit that I wear on my belt. I done a video on that earlier. And that way, if I do some odd reason get dunked, I've got at least one or two of those in there that are waterproof and I can still start a fire with. As far as the cotton balls soaked in wax, yes, they burn longer, but you have to have an open flame to get them to go. I could not get it to go with just a ferrule rod. And part of the reason I think for that is when you put that cotton ball in there, it soaks the wax up all the way through. And as you can tell by looking at that piece, it's thick, it's hard, and when you try to break it open to do anything with it, it just does not work. That's what it looks like right there. And I tried and tried and tried to get it to take a spark off of a ferrule rod, and it just wouldn't. But the minute you touch it with a match, it will burn incredibly. But therein in itself lies the problem. You have to have an open flame to get it to go. Is it useless? No. It would be handy to have in a larger fire kit where you have matches, a lighter, something like that to use to get it started. But to depend on starting it with a ferrule rod, I wouldn't, just because of the simple fact it's so hard to get it to take. The thing that I found interesting is the difference between just a plain cotton ball soaked in rubbing alcohol and a plain cotton ball drenched and worked in with Vaseline. In doing that, I got 3 minutes and 45 seconds more burn time out of the rubbing alcohol than I did out of the Vaseline. And the reason I think that is because it will burn for a while just on the rubbing alcohol before it ever starts burning the cotton ball. The Vaseline seems to burn off quicker. Anyone who uses an alcohol stove will tell you that just a little bit of alcohol in one of those will last for a while. So I just think the alcohol burns longer than the Vaseline, and that's where the difference comes from. Hope you all found this interesting. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll get another one up for you soon. Have a good one.